But we have another fighter who will also be fighting January 29th. She'll be making her debut. She'll be one half of a dual debuting fight.
Yep.
She's a veteran of MMA. She fought in the UFC. She fought in the RFA. She fought in Invicta. And her name is Jocelyn Jones-Lybarger. And she is here. What's happening?
Hey guys, how are you guys?
What's
We're
up?
good. How are you?
Well, I'm sitting here watching Thursday Night Football, right?
Hell
in my
yeah.
PJs, got my Charger gear on, my blanket. So
Nice,
that's
nice.
why I'm kind of facing this way.
No,
Ain't
that's
nothing
cool.
wrong with
That's
that.
cool. You know what? I completely forgot that it was a like Thursday night football night. And are the Chargers on tonight?
Yeah, I'm Chargers in
I should know
City,
this.
So this is
Dude, is Eckler playing?
yeah, Eckler's playing. All our guys are playing. We're when they're saying everybody's iffy, everybody's active tonight. Chargers are up 14-10, start of the third quarter right now. So this is for first place. So this is, big game.
Oh, it's a big one. It's like the Patriots and Bills a couple weeks ago.
A couple weeks ago, yeah,
Yep.
right?
I could tell you right now that your boy Austin Eckler has really carried my ass through fantasy football this year, and I made the playoffs. I'm in 4 leagues on top of being full-time in the military and a first sergeant and running this show and coaching a kids basketball team and all that shit. I'm in 4 fantasy football leagues, and I got Austin Eckler in 3 of them. And I'll tell you right now, I'm in the playoffs in all 4 of them. Do you play fantasy football?
To be honest, I'm not about the fantasy life. So I tell everybody,
no.
Everybody wants me to play. My twin sister Jill played one time, and she put the Chargers for everybody, and she's like, "What? I just love the Chargers." So
no.
not about
do
the
that.
fantasy life. But hey, real quick, I wanted to thank both of you guys for your service. I'm a huge fan of the military. So much respect. All my grandparents were active in the military, so I just want to let you guys know that. I appreciate you guys.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Now let's talk a little bit about you and your transition from MMA to bare knuckle. Like, was bare knuckle something that was just catching your eye, and you decided, you know what, I'm going to try this out, or somebody call you up and pull you over?
No one called. When I saw a few of the other girls like Paige and all, a couple of other girls just move over, like I always just thought it was shit. Now that's fighting, right? And I've had some fights in high school, right? Talk about bare knuckle. I had some tough fights in high school. I mean, I wasn't a bad kid or anything. I wasn't running amok, but sometimes, I got in a few fights, and it just always like just competing and stuff. It always caught my eye. In the beginning, like after I retired and started watching it, my wife was like, no, like that, no, that's bad. And then my mom was like, no, but I was just like, something was there. And I always relied, when I was fighting, I always relied on my boxing, right? My head movement and stuff. So I just thought, okay, well, I think I could, I know I could do it, right? But just missing being in the gym and competing and, being around my teammates, being around coach, like that's what I've been missing. And after I retired, like I would hop in and out of the gym, like when Lauren Murphy was still at the lab, help her with rounds, help Courtney Casey with rounds. Like I would just, I'm still very active, right? When I'm not fighting, active lifestyle, working out every day. But then I was just like, fucking, I want to do it. Like, let's do it. I called, Danny, my, old manager, and I was like, hey, can you get me in? He's like, yeah, let's do it. So then here I am.
There you go. Yeah. And you have a resume, you have a good resume. I mean, why not? Right now, the girl that you're fighting, I happen to know, I talked to her manager, and they had been really trying hard for a long time to get her an opponent. Shout out to you for taking that fight. I don't know if you even knew who she was or not, but I guess they had tried several different opponents for her, and supposedly nobody wanted to take it. So shout out to you.
I'm not trying to be rude, but remind me her name again.
Martina Kroll. She's a she's a world champion Muay Thai kickboxer, but you know what? You're going to be doing it January 29th. It's very exciting. I can't wait to see it.
I'm excited for that. Like I did get call probably about 5 weeks before that Tampa Bay card, November 12th, to fight Perla. And I was like, dude, I'm down, but I had to go to Austin, Texas for something else. I would have been all over that one too.
To fight Pearl?
To fight Pearl Gonzalez.
Oh.
And I was like, Danny called me, hey, November 12th in 5.5 weeks. And I was like, God, I'm going to be in Austin. I already have it. I had a wedding to go to. So,
yeah.
But I was like, oh man, I would have done that one. But then when they text me her name, the date, I was like, perfect, let's do it. So, that's too bad she couldn't get a fight. I think it's funny. We were talking about this with Coach the other day, is that, John Crouch, a lot of people think they want to fight, right? Until you're really doing it every single day, right? Training every single day like you should be, right? Not just hopping in the gym once in a while. Like, it takes a toll. It's hard. It's not easy. You have to have like a different mindset, just like what you guys do, right? Your shit's not easy. Like, you have to have a different mindset. I think that's where people get stuck, is that they can't get there. It's hard to get there.
Everyone thinks they can do it until they actually are doing it. And then you find out who the real ones are.
Yeah.
And then you weed them out.
And I'm training with, still everybody at the lab. Our team's stacked over there, right? But we have 2 girls who are making the way into MMA from boxing. Combined, both of those girls have 130 boxing fights. Those are my training partners. That's who I'm sparring with. Those 2, okay? And Courtney Casey. You guys know Courtney Casey, right? I have some legit sparring partners that, like, I got rounds tomorrow. We do our hard rounds on Wednesdays and Saturdays, but I got to do mine tomorrow because I'm flying to Chicago Saturday morning. So, Coach makes sure, the schedule is ready. Jocelyn, your rounds are tomorrow afternoon. Okay, Coach, I'll be there. Like, that's how we organize it, right? Fight camp started Monday, so everything's, broken down on what we're doing now, for a boxing fight. So I'm excited.
What caught your eye about Bare Knuckle? Have you been a fan for a long time?
I wouldn't say for a long time, not until the girls moved over. Like, once Paige moved over, okay, I started paying attention to it. I started watching it. She made the move, and a lot of girls followed, right? Because people have respect for Paige. And I have respect for her, right? So once that happened, I started watching it, started reading the rules, from the clinch, the active clinch, really looking at how the ring cage is, right? So yeah, I'm just excited to compete again.
Did you see the triad combat a couple weeks ago?
I didn't.
Triad combat is like another avenue for
yes, the
triangle ring,
yes,
right? But they wear MMA gloves. It's not bare knuckle.
Where Frank Mir fought.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
So
I just didn't know the name.
The rules there are kind of crazy. They're like bare knuckle rules. They're like, if you look at the rule set for bare knuckle, it's pretty much the same thing. You could fight in the clinch. It's boxing, but you're allowed to dirty box. But in this one, they wear 4-ounce gloves.
Yeah.
And you're not allowed to foot stomp, but you could step on the person's foot and plant it so they can't go anywhere and beat them while you're stepping on their foot. You could backhand, you can Superman punch, stuff like that you wouldn't be able to do in bare knuckle. So that's another it's another up and coming sport that's kind of interesting too for a person like yourself.
Yeah, they're all starting to come around, and there's just so many fans too who like that kind of shit.
I feel like a lot of things are coming out where they're like, oh, what would be exciting? Let's take this over here. We'll plop that in. And, oh, I like that. Let's take that ring. We'll throw this over here. I mean, I feel like it's all, it's geared towards that, people just beat the shit out of each other and get knockouts. Because, the casual fan wants to see somebody get knocked out and 2 people just punching until someone falls. So they try to get the rules in there. They just take them. They try to make it as crazy as they possibly can. And I feel like that's what that triad combat series is all about.
We'll start our own, Mike. It'll be called the Mission Accomplished Combat, right?
There you go.
Spinning back fists and spinning kicks only, and there's no grappling, but you can only do standing guillotines.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
And you can get a folding chair one time.
You get a folding chair and a broken light bulb.
Yeah.
On military base.
Yeah, hell yeah. Have you ever gone on like a USO tour?
I was asked my first year, after my first UFC fight, I was asked. But at that time we had a lot of swim meets for my daughter at the time, and I just couldn't get away. It was like almost 3 months or something. And like, I was excited about it. I was like, oh man, I want to go. But we just couldn't make it happen.
A buddy of ours in our unit was just telling me yesterday. I was talking to him about this because we were basically what we do at work is talk combat sports constantly all day. Wow. so like fresh on our minds was the Poirier and Oliveira fight from the other night, and we started talking about how Gaethje's going to get the fight, but it really, like, the one that really interests me more is the winner of the Makhachev Beneil Dariush fight. I didn't realize that Beneil Dariush was on a USO tour on our last deployment. I wasn't on it. We had guys overseas, and they came around, and it was like Beneil Dariush and like 4 other fighters, and they were actually rolling with the troops. And Jordan from our unit, actually went a full 5 minutes with Beneil Dariush without getting tapped.
Oh,
and,
wow.
Like, he said that Beneil was just tapping everybody. He was like, we'll roll for 5, but if you don't make it 5, don't be embarrassed. And he's like, boom, 30 seconds, boom, 30 seconds, minute, 30 seconds. Everyone's just getting tapped out. And Jordan rolled with him for the full 5. And like,
that's awesome.
He dapped him up pretty good. That's a pretty cool story.
That's something to smile about after, right?
Yeah, when you go back to your barracks room and watch a movie on your laptop.
None of us believe him. We're like, nah, that didn't happen.
Yeah. Nah, that's awesome, man. Now is your fight with Martina? Is this at 125?
Yeah, 125.
125. Now you're 5'7". She's a real tall, lanky girl too. So they did a good job matching you two up.
Yep.
I know that you fought at 115 in your MMA career. It's got to be a little breath of fresh air to not have to cut that extra 10 pounds, right?
Yeah, I'm happy about it. I in my amateur career, I had a few fights at 125. Felt great, right?
Right.
But yeah, doing that extra 15 pounds sucks. It's never fun. But the past couple of years, I've been staying really lean and doing a lot of lifting. But yeah, I don't know how tall she is. She's going to be taller than me, obviously. Training with Courtney Casey. Courtney Casey's probably, they say we're the same height, but we don't think we are. She's like has an inch on me, I think. But a lot of those Muay Thai fighters, you don't really see a lot of head movement, right?
Right.
Good footwork. So, I mean, that's my opinion. I haven't seen any footage of her. I haven't really looked, but I haven't seen anything.
Right. It would be the clinch game that she would probably, you would think she would have the advantage in the clinch.
Yeah. And that's something we're working on too, because it'll just be, because my thing was like when I did my thing, like if we look back at like the Zoila fight or something, like I always like to go to head control against the cage. Like grind my head against somebody's chin where they're miserable, right? Well, this having no cage or anything, you can't go to that. So we've been really working the underhooks and dirty boxing from there and stuff. Doing a lot of pull-ups and stuff to get my lats stronger. But yeah, I think it'll be a little bit different there. Another thing you don't see is I've been watching a lot of these girl fights is that now Beck Rollins is probably the best I've seen at it, is that her hands go right back to her head, right back to her forehead, right? She's like old school.
Beck's always like this, yeah.
Yep. And a lot of girls, they're going here, then throwing from here, right? And then I've always focused on my hands up, that's just like always comfortable for me, you know, during shadow boxing, hitting mitts, all of it. And again, like a lot of Muay Thai fighters, they're kind of like more out here, right? So I mean, we'll see. We'll see. It's I mean, this is gonna be a fight, right? This is gonna be a bare knuckle fight.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely. Now, when you're watching the BKFC events, who are some of the girls in your 125-pound division that have impressed you? Like, are you do you watch Britton Hart or Taylor Starling or Jenny Savage or any of these girls and be like, you know what, this girl's good?
Yeah, a lot of them are tough. A lot of them are tough. You know, this is a tough sport. I think. What's her name? Christine
Faria.
Dude,
Misfit?
she's a beast.
Yeah.
Yes.
That girl's a beast. I think she's up there. She's tough. I think, yeah, she's probably the best one I've seen so far, to be honest. The strongest one who, you know, has good head movement, good footwork, good balance, really good balance I've seen.
Yeah, she's only lost one. She only lost one.
Mhm.
It was a really tight fight with Helen Peralta. It was
Yeah, that was a good fight.
For sure. She's another one that they had a hard, said they had a hard time finding her an opponent. I don't know if girls, I don't know if girls are turning it down or if, you know, it could also be that like they say, Misfit, this girl wants to fight you, and Misfit's like, I'm the best in the world. Why would I fight this girl who's no one's ever heard of?
True.
You know, it could be something like that.
It goes both ways. It's hard either way. People don't want to fight, and she doesn't want to fight to waste time because she wants to be at the top. She's not trying to take these fights where she feels it's not going to do anything at all for her. You know, like why am I going to take all these fights one after another where it's not going to do anything for me? But it is a young sport, so it's very hard to find fighters. Although I have to say, this year, that 125-pound division is starting to really build up. I mean, look, we've got two more fighters coming up. You and Martina. The 29th is another 125-pound women are fighting. That is probably like one of, if not the best division in the entire sport.
Like, I know there's been some talks of a tournament. A lot of girls have mentioned that.
Yep.
I think that would be awesome. I would be, you know, after I go get this win, I would be totally interested in it. I think that would be brilliant.
They actually said today on the BKFC show, David Feldman said it himself. There's going to be two 125-pound tournament fights at Knucklemania 2 in February.
February 18th.
February 18th, Hollywood Hard Rock Casino in Florida. There will be two 125-pound women's tournament fights on that card. So,
well, shit, you guys don't know more than me. That's awesome. That's I think it's brilliant. It's going to be a big year for them, I think, next year for sure.
Right, and they're pulling names now. They got you over there now. They got Pearl. They got Rachel Ostovich. They got Paige Van Zandt. It's like these are well-known fighters that they're pulling in to to draw eyes, but they also have a good crop coming up within the company. So now that 125-pound division is really interesting.
Yeah, I agree. Especially with the guys they've pulled over this year, right? Coming from the UFC. And then, of course, Joe Riggs, you know, my old teammate, he's a beast.
Joe Riggs is a scary dude.
His last fight, Melvin Gillard, he hit Melvin. He sent him into the stratosphere. I don't think his face. I don't know if you saw the pictures of Melvin Gillard after that. Oh my God! Like, I felt like I you know when you see someone get hurt and you almost feel like you could feel their pain for a second, like you're actually like. But after the day after, I felt like I still could feel it. Like when he put those pictures out, I was like, holy shit! Like I felt like I was reliving it. I can't imagine how he felt with that eye being busted.
Dude, hits hard. And let's be honest, I think he was beating Hector Lombard for the title when they fought for the title. I think he was winning that fight too, and he got the thumb to the eye. And Hector was grabbing his shorts and stuff like that, and he ended up getting doctor stoppage. It was a bogus ass doctor stoppage. And Riggs, it could have very well been Joe Riggs defending his title or fighting Lorenzo Hunt for the title instead of Hector Lombard. So, and Joe Riggs been around for fucking ever, man. That dude is just a monster. He's got, what's he got? 60 friggin' MMA fights, something like that.
Oh, he does have a lot of fights.
Yep.
Yeah. So anyways, we are really happy to have you on here. We're going to throw your sponsors at the bottom, and we're going to do a thing we like to do here. It's a fun game called the speed round with our guests. It doesn't really have much to do with fighting, but it gives people an opportunity to learn your personality a little bit and gain you some more. All right. So speed round with Jocelyn. Am I saying your last name right? Is it Lybarger?
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, okay. Jocelyn Jones-Lybarger. I fuck up names constantly, just so you know. That's why.
Hey, Joe Riggs has 70 MMA matches. He's 49 and 18, and he also has 6 bare knuckle fights too.
49.
6?
He's already had 6 bare knuckle fights, and he's 49 and 18 in MMA. Jesus Christ, man, that's a lot.
4-1 and 1 in bare knuckle.
Good for him.
Yeah,
that dude's a beast for sure. All right, here we go. First question for you: favorite cheat meal? I know that you were in the Dolce. You were. Do you still do the Dolce?
Yeah, I still work with Mike Dolce. Yeah,
Mike Dolce. Yeah. So if you're gonna cheat, what are you doing?
If I'm gonna cheat, I'm gonna go to this restaurant called North Italia and get the pasta short rib.
There you go. See, she knows.
She knows good.
I knew you would know what your cheat meal would be for sure. Number 2.
What was the best gift you've ever given and the best gift you've ever received?
The best gift I've ever given is to myself was my 2022 Tesla that's sitting outside that I just got.
That's so cool.
Nice.
That's to myself.
Well, you know what? You kind of received that one as well, too.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking in my head right now. Yeah, that's it right there. I worked hard for that.
There you go.
Screw everyone else.
No,
all your presents suck.
I'm not going to take care of myself.
You know, you get to a point in your life as an adult, like when you could buy something like that for yourself, and you're like, "Holy shit, I have that now," and I earned that shit.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like I love that kind of stuff.
It felt really good when it got delivered. Like I was very happy. Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Outstanding. Number 3, have you ever lied or faked sick to get out of attending a Christmas party?
No.
No.
Nope.
Are you lying?
I'm not lying, and I mean I wish I have, because I'm not a huge fan of Christmas, to be honest.
Then the next question is going to be perfect for you.
Okay.
Number 4, Mike.
What's your least favorite Christmas song?
All of them.
All of them.
All of them.
When you were just listening to Caleb Harris, were you going, this mother?
I was just like this.
You're like, this dude, man.
This guy. I'm just kidding.
There's some good ones in there. Like some Christmas songs don't even like actually sound like Christmas songs. You know, if they didn't say Christmas, it'd be like, oh, you know, that's not that bad of a song.
You mean like Christmas in the Ghetto by Master P and C?
Yes.
When he talk about having to sling extra crack in that song so they could buy Christmas gifts.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, you got to do what you got to do.
Got to sling that shit.
You have to.
Right?
Last one. Here we go. Number 5. How many I actually looked up your birthday. You have the most extensive list of famous people that share your birthday. Do you know who any of them are?
Dude, when you tell me right now, I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, because there's a shit ton on 10-4.
In that one,
right? Like,
okay, yeah. I'm gonna pull it right up real quick. I had it all queued up, and I
there's so many.
There's like October 4th is your birthday, right? October 4th.
Yep, 10-4. Over and out.
10-4 over and out. Okay. Here we go. It's like you got Alicia Silverstone, Dakota Johnson, Liv Schreiber, you got Charlton Heston, Russell Simmons.
Wow.
There's I don't know. There's some guy named the Rich Homie Quan. It's like Christopher Waltz from Inglourious Bastards, Susan Sarandon, Derek Rose, Derrick Rose, Shania Twain, Rachel Lee Cook. I'm like, I was looking at this shit because this is the kind of dumb stuff that I do when I'm like
No, that's awesome.
prepping, and I'm like, man, there's way more. There's way more.
And there's just so many people in October in general. It's crazy.
So that means that your parents and all their parents were banging out at Valentine's Day, right? Is that what?
Yep. That's what I always think in my head. That always pops in my head. Just kidding.
That's awesome. Hey, I saw you at the Chargers game the other day. What was that thing that you were doing? What was that?
Dude, the Chargers had us up there. Me and my twin sister up there. So a couple years ago, I became you guys know Sean Merriman, how he started a fight promotion, Lights Out, right, in California. So me and him always just hit it off a few years ago because I'm a diehard Charger fan, and we go back and forth on Twitter. He's a couple years ago, he even put me on will call for me and my wife to go watch the Charger and Raiders for my birthday. So I've kind of always, I stay really active on Twitter with the Chargers and stuff, right? So when we went down there, it was me and my twin sister and my dad, and there's something called Thunder Alley for tailgating. Well, first we went down there, and it's just, I'm talking, it is crazy. And then we helped out with the Toys for Tot drive. Thousands of toys, everybody donated, so that was awesome. Then we got to meet LT, right, LaDainian Thompson, right, and then it was insane. So then the Chargers had us up there and do the third down stuff, and then they had Jill, my twin sister, do the lookalike contest of we always get mistaken for the soccer player. What's her face, Megan? The blonde.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking
Rapino?
about. Oh, so
Rapino?
yeah, when our hair is styled and stuff, we get mistaken for it. Like, people come up to us. It happened at the car wash. This guy comes up. He's like, "Hey, are you the soccer player?" And
Yes.
No, I wish, man.
Yes, I am.
Right?
Yeah,
You're supposed to say
Olympic
yes.
gold-
We got to
yes.
practice this.
Olympic
Get a
gold
free
medal.
car wash. Here's
no,
a 1-year car wash coupon.
We had a blast. We had so much fun.
Now, I saw
the Chargers were awesome, and it was a good time.
You posted this picture with you and LT.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Now, us being from New England, being Patriot guys, do you have a little animosity towards the guys on the screen with you right now?
No, I mean, I just always knew, like, we were talking about that with my teammates today. It's like the quarterbacks in that era, right? Like the Phillip Rivers, right? Aaron Rodgers, Ben, they always struggle against Tom Brady, right? Like, for real. That Drew Brees, I'm forgetting one more, Eli Manning, right? Peyton Manning. Like, it was always just, Tom Brady's the GOAT.
Yeah, even like that era, they had even like Carson Palmer was no slouch either. Like, that whole era had a lot of good quarterbacks. Yeah. But it was Brady. Brady's Brady, but also Belichick is a defensive mind, and he knows how to shut down opposing offenses like nobody's business. So,
well, it's like the Chargers when we played the Patriots a couple weeks ago. We lost. It's like, what the are we doing, guys? But it's Bill. It's Bill. It's like he knows he's such a good coach.
Yep.
And the coaching staff wins that day, right?
Right. And it's like for years, it was Brady would be nobody without Belichick. Belichick would be nobody without Brady. And now they're both proving that theory's bullshit, because Brady's down in Tampa Bay doing his thing, winning Super Bowls down there. And now Belichick, 1 year after Brady leaves, he had his 1 year with Cam Newton. That didn't go well. But
Cam's
he picks
garbage.
up he picks up Mac Jones in the draft. And now the Pats are number 1 seed in the AFC again. All of a sudden, it's like, Jesus, man, we can't get away from this guy. I can't even imagine.
Dude, I don't. Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying. Every time we made it to the playoffs, it's like, okay, well, we got to get past the Patriots. We never could, right? But I'm not a fan of Cam Newton. Never have been. I'm glad he went back to Carolina and is losing. Ever since he made that stupid comment when he was playing for the Panthers the first time, during a press conference, he made a stupid comment to a female reporter telling her what does she know about sports? She's a woman. And like after that, first I was so into his hats. I'm like, man, I was even looking up where he got his hats from, who made them, right?
Yeah,
I was a fan. I always liked that he chewed the same color gum as the Carolina uniform, right? And I was just like, when he made that comment, I was just like, this mother, and he has a daughter. And then like a week later, he came out and just apologized, saying, how he has a daughter and you shouldn't have made that comment, because what if your daughter wants to cover sports? You can tell her she can't, So ever since then, I've lost respect for the guy.
Well, Cam's given a lot of people a lot of reasons to not like him. So, I mean, that's just one of many things that guy's done throughout his career. But for sure, man, thanks for coming by here and talking fights, but also talking some football with us and getting to know us a little bit. We're really looking forward to seeing you fight January 29th against Martina Kroll. Take a minute and just shout some people out if you want, and then we'll let you get out of here.
Yeah, you guys, thank you for having me. Again, thank you both for your service. And I just want to shout out to everybody at the MMA Lab and all my teammates. And I'm excited for January 29th. So I'll talk to you guys soon.
All right. We'll be tuned in.
All right. Go Chargers.
Yeah. All right. See you later.
Bye.
Later.
Let's go.